Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Helen Marley, and we are going to continue with the essential practice strategies for pianists. And I'm going to look at a piece called the Banjo Player, and I'm going to explain to you. I call it the number 2 practice strategy on my long list of practice strategies, but it is definitely the most overall important practice strategy of all time as a musician. And this practice strategy is learn to listen. So we want to teach our students from the very beginning levels how to listen and critique themselves play. The great Leschetizky, he was one of the students of Franz Liszt. He said, make sure that you know what sound you want to create from the piano before you actually play. So this is much more difficult to do than to just say it. So we can't just say to our students, listen, listen, listen. Yes, that's important, but what are they going to be listening to? One of the best ways to get students to listen is to start when they're young, of course. In my method, Succeeding at the Piano, there's a little musicality girl with her hand behind her ear, and she asks the students to listen for many different things in their pieces. And another good way to do this is also to vote for the way that the student thinks the piece sounds better. You can choose phrasing, you can choose pedaling, any articulations, any kind of skill that you would like. So I'm going to play the first part of the Banjo Player. I'm going to play it twice, and I'd like for you to think about what is different about the two ways that I'm going to play it. As opposed to this way. So ask your student then, which sounded better? And your student might not hear a difference. They might be overly pedaling the whole week, so they think the first way sounds really good. So we could play it again for them in those two ways, and then we can explain to them. The first way is just way too overly pedaled. And the second one has the pedaling that makes this piece sound like the title, which is the Banjo Player. So now I'm going to go on with this piece, and I'm going to talk about phrasing in the next section. Here we go. So there's one way to play it, and here's another way. So then we ask our students, what did you hear in the phrasing? Which one was better? And your student might say, oh, the first part, well, the first time you played it, it all kind of sounded very static. But the second time you played it, there were phrase goals in the music. There were high points to the phrases. And we say, yes, and that certainly helps the forward direction of the line as well as the articulation. So here, going to where this composer asks for the accent to go. There again. And again, that nice, it's only a 2-bar phrase, but we know exactly where the arrival points or the phrase goals are. So here's the second section. And the student can play that section twice because it's so short. And then this wonderful composer, Fritz Kahler, goes back to the A section. So overall, the form is a nice A, B, A prime. And why is it A prime? Because the A section is somewhat different the second time around as it was the first time around. So always use that lovely practice strategy of learn to listen and have your students vote on 2 different ways that they hear a piece, and then talk with them, have a dialogue about what sounds better, which one sounds better, and why.